And here we are. Welcome, everybody. We're back for Thursday Night Variety Show. Rachel, we see you in the chat as number one, so thank you
Hi,
for being
Rachel.
here. Nice to have you. We're really excited, and Rachel, I'll just Mary Ellen, before I talk on, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Dean. I'm so glad we're back and you're back and you
Yeah.
had fun and we're all back on our normal schedule.
Yeah, and as Mary Ellen knows, and I don't know if anybody else, it gets out, but we got sick on vacation. My family got sick. We did get COVID. So that kind of interrupted about half of our vacation. Hey, Nick, nice to
Hi,
have Nick
Nick.
in the house. And so it wasn't ideal, but I will say we still had a nice time. We had fairly we had no we had really good weather, and we did get on Disney property, and had a couple of nice meals, including Sanaa.
Ooh, love it.
Yeah, we all ordered the exact same thing. In fact, we kind of wonder if that's where we got sick, because there was a family next to us that had a croupy cough child, and it just happens. So,
Yeah,
but
it's
flying
unfortunate.
home, yeah, it was interesting. But we're better. My wife is now sick. She didn't get sick on vacation. She got it now. So.
Share the love.
Sure. How's Oklahoma?
Oh, beautiful. Like it's turned a corner. I hate to say it. I hate to say, oh, spring is here because there could be another cold snap, but it's spring like.
Well, we got about an inch of snow. No, we got more than that. We got at least a couple inches of snow last night. So
But did it melt today?
no, I had to shovel it. But
Wah, wah.
yeah, first time I've had to shovel. Hey, Lisa,
Hi,
nice to have
Lisa.
you here. Well, guys, it's great to be back. Good to have the regulars here that we're seeing, and hopefully a few others will join us. We're gonna do our show. Let's go ahead and let's get started. What do you say, Mary Ellen?
Let's go.
All right, question number one. How many TV shows or series do you watch regularly?
Whew. Honestly, just a couple.
Couple?
Think about it. Like there was the strike, and so there weren't any. There's some starting to come back again. So during a couple during the strike, and I think it'll pick up once the TV shows start back on their regular schedule with their series.
Okay, so I'm totally
Yeah,
oblivious. There's a strike going on?
there was last year, so
Oh,
they didn't start the new shows in the fall like they normally do. So they had other shows, mostly reality shows. That was the only thing that they could show because the writers and the actors were on strike. But
okay.
now they've corrected that. It's all done, and they're shooting the series now.
Okay. Okay. When you say the series, what series?
Like TV shows.
Oh, you're just saying it in general.
Yeah,
Okay. So both Lisa and Nick are saying two.
yeah,
How
me too.
you're saying two? Now, do you care to name them, or is that more of a private question?
Oh, I don't care. I like Ghosts. I think
I
that's
don't know
funny.
this one.
It's on CBS. I don't watch regular TV very often. I
Yeah.
usually watch, I usually watch like the cooking show series and stuff
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. But Ghost actually is still on hiatus. They start a new season. I think it's coming up here in a week or two. But
Okay. I'll have to check it out. I don't watch hardly any regular TV show. Hi, Sean. Nice to see you. Sean and Ilana from Down Under. It's already tomorrow for them.
oh, hi Nick, the other Nick, two Nicks, Nick Clark.
Anyway, Nick Clark. He's also two, and he's related to you, by the way.
Yeah, yes he is.
I think the first time Nick hopped on the show, don't know why I didn't make the connection, but I know now.
Uh,
Well, if
what do you
anybody,
watch?
well, let's see. Below Deck and Feud Capote versus the Swans. I think I've heard of that. It's fascinating to see New York City back in the late 60s. Interesting.
Cool.
Huh. Rachel, I don't watch many TV shows. Right now I'm rewatching Once Upon a Time. I am a big Survivor and Amazing Race fan though.
Yes, reality TV, and that was big, obviously, last year because of the strike. But yeah,
Okay. The one I do watch is so boring, but Jeopardy.
that's
Nick
not
is,
boring.
well, it's kind of boring. Usually Quantum Leap.
There you go.
I've never seen that one.
Oldie but a goodie.
The one that I really got into, because I've never, what do you call it when you watch a whole bunch of stuff at once?
Binge watching.
Binge. I binge watched Lost.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Have you seen the Lost?
The old one, is it old?
I
The
didn't
new
know there
one?
was more than one.
I don't
You
know.
know,
I
the
yeah,
Lost where they end up on the island and
the
the
plane
plane
crash
the
and
plane crashed. Yeah.
yeah. Back
Yeah.
in the day, I watched it.
Yeah. I mean, after all 5 seasons were done, I binge watched it for a couple months, and oh my gosh, I thought it started off great. I thought it ended really stupid.
Right, right. You know, I used to watch Game of Thrones too, and that ended really stupid too. So I'm not
Okay.
watching any more of that kind of stuff. Now I'm still waiting for like um, um, Grogu and all of them to come back. Like
Oh yeah.
they were on hiatus too because they were involved in the strike.
Yeah. And I don't
Mandalorian.
know I don't know if you've seen The Chosen, but season 4 right now is out in the theaters. That's definitely one that I watch is The Chosen, and I highly recommend it. All right, next question. How many U.S. states have you visited?
It's pretty pitiful. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably only like 6 or 7, maybe 8.
Okay. So if you're from Oklahoma, you've been to Texas, obviously. You've probably been to Louisiana. I'm just guessing Mississippi.
Kansas, Missouri, Texas,
Yeah,
Tennessee, Florida,
Florida.
Colorado. You know,
Well, Nick's been to more than you.
oh, he's a big traveler.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's only 2 states that I have not been to, and that is, yeah, I've been to every other state.
For
Now,
work or pleasure?
yeah, some of it work, and I gotta be honest, I think there's a couple states in the South that I've only been in the airport. But I've never been to Hawaii or Alaska.
Me either.
Lisa's saying 7. Nick is saying 8. I think we can all safely say Florida is in that, which is the best. The best.
Since Lisa lives there, yeah.
Yeah. I gotta say, Lisa, when we got to Florida, and that first morning I walked out, and the tropical feeling in the air, oh man, I just loved it. Hey, Walt, nice to have you here.
Hi, Walt.
Been to around 20 states. Can't remember. Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Impressive.
One of the coolest ways that I ever saw 2 states was Washington and Oregon on a bike trip. So I did a bicycle trip that started in Washington and went over to the coast and down into Oregon.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Really fun way to see a state. Rachel's up there with over half, 28-ish.
Way to go, Rachel.
Cool. What's the worst state you all have ever been to? Is that a mean question?
Yeah.
I would say a state like
What's considered a mean state?
maybe I shouldn't say mean state. Well, that'd be I don't want to say. I'm going to get in trouble. Minnesota. Minnesota they say Minnesota nice. It's not that nice.
No.
Okay, Walt is going up to 22.
Nick said Mississippi is his not so nice state.
Yeah. Oh, wow, something just jumped on me here. Okay, there we go. Mississippi. Okay. Yeah, it can be kind of rough, right?
Yeah.
From what I've heard. Nebraska.
Through states. You
Say
know,
again?
I've driven through states on the way to Florida or
Yeah.
whatever, but
That counts, obviously.
does it? Okay, then my count goes up.
Okay. Massachusetts, not so nice. That's why they're called massholes.
I never heard of that.
Well, I was going to say this, and don't anybody take offense because I know people live up in the east, but there is an edge to people up in the east. Some areas, I'm not saying all, but there can be an edge there. But my dad was from Rhode Island, so I am familiar with the
Okay.
east. But all right, next question. What is your favorite board game?
My favorite board game. I would say what's the one where you roll the dice and you go around and then your player comes up to the top and lands in the middle?
Sorry?
Yeah, sorry.
That's my wife's favorite game.
I like that one.
That's fun. And it's simple. You can just sit down. You have to think a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monopoly gets me crazy because inevitably I lose money and property and I just want to give up and say, okay, you guys, I don't want to play anymore.
We're into board games, and there's one called Settlers of Catan, and I swear I cannot win that game. I think, did I finally win it? I finally won it once, but we played it for years before I ever won it. And my kids and my wife are just too good at that for me. Lisa's saying Taboo. Yeah, for sure. That's a great game. Nick's saying Candyland used to be a favorite, but haven't played for years. Now, as a kid, was that not the coolest game? I mean, it just looks cool.
Yeah, I like that. Just to know that there was a candy land.
Yeah. So Rachel also has played Settlers of Catan.
Okay.
It's a great story, by the way. You should see it. It's a German family just sat down and they made up this game. It's hugely successful. It's just the right amount of challenge. Nick is saying too many to name. And Walt is saying Mousetrap. Nice.
Oh, that's fun. Does it have to do because your mouse talk, Walt? And so you like Mousetrap?
I never made the connection. I'm sure. Settlers of Catan. What's the other one that we like to play? Ticket to Ride is fun. Blocus. Blocus we have. That's fun. What's that one that I like? Settlers of Catan.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well. Nothing to do with the name. Or at least you don't think it does.
Right.
Cool. All right. Battleship for hurricane parties. Yeah. Connect 4. Not sure if it's considered a board game. Yeah, absolutely.
I think so.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have called it a board game, but a family game. You know, there's this really good one, Carcassonne. Carcassonne. Has anybody played Carcassonne? Have you played it?
No.
It is a game that it isn't terribly complicated, but it makes you think, and it's easy to pull out and do. So I highly recommend Carcassonne. Check it out.
Okay. Hey, Nick, Clark, what's the name of that game we like to play that has the whiteboards and you finish the sentence or finish the name? It's like blank board and you have to fill in the blank and you write it on the board and you see if you can match other people. I can't remember the name of that.
Oh, I know which one you mean.
I like that game.
We have that one too. I like that one. That's a good one. Password?
It's like Password,
Okay.
but you're trying to match people. Like you have 5 different people, and if we both come up with the same word, you get 5 points or something like that.
Match game?
It's kind of like that.
Okay, but it's
It
not
is a
that.
matching game.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on. And we are to the next Disney question. And I'm glad we got y'all here. Hey, Noah, nice to have you here.
Hey, Noah.
Are you in favor of redesigning Test Track as rumored this week?
I didn't know it was rumored.
Yep. I didn't read anything more.
Um,
Hand and foot.
I think so, as long as that one part still stays intact where you're coming out and going 60 whatever miles an hour around the track, the storyline can change. The storyline to me is like meh, you know.
You mean the Tron, the Tron like one, the new one?
The Test Track, like is that, are you talking about the one where you design your car and you get in and you race it? Yeah. So you can only do that so many times, and you're like, just get me on the ride.
Oh yeah.
So I don't care if they redesign it, as long as they keep the essence of Test Track together.
So there was the original design was more like you were in a test facility, and it always had the infamously famous part. It had the part where you thought you were smelling rust being sprayed on you, and that was kind of fun. And then they went with more of that Tron look now, and I'm just more of a sentimentalist. I think I like the original one.
Yes, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it's fun to be free. Now, which song is that in Test Track? Huh, I don't remember that. Honestly, Test Track could use an update. I agree. I think that they could definitely update it, as long as what you say. Don't get rid of the outside, don't change it.
Yeah, right.
And Rachel agrees the original version was more fun. I think so too. It was more interactive like.
Yes.
Okay. Next question is, we got Noah here. I'm so glad you're here, Noah. So Noah, don't answer this until we have everyone has a chance to guess. But does Noah, true or false, has attended both a Super Bowl game and a World Series game? Is that true or false? Mary Ellen, what do you think?
True.
True. Okay, we got one true. Let's see if we can get a few guesses in here. And Elisa's going to agree with you. She's going to say true. That's expensive, says Rachel. She's going to say false. Hello, Donna. Nice to have you here.
Hi, Donna.
Donna, it was great to see you a week and a half or whenever it was. Thank you very much for letting me come over. Nick is saying false. Donna's saying false. So we've got a couple trues. We've got a few more falses.
I want it to be true for you, Noah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you that I don't exactly know the answer, but I am going to guess it's true. TV, so false. Okay, now Noah, can you confirm? Because I thought I had heard that you had been to a Super Bowl game. Am I right or am I wrong? Maybe I'm just making things up. All right. Well, while Noah is going to confirm that, we are going to go to our sleeper movie.
Oh, gosh.
All right. Now, I don't know if Rachel or Nick or if any of you watched the movie of the week, but our movie of the week and you had 2 weeks to watch it, was Just My Type, Hallmark movie, free on YouTube, just from this year. Okay, Noah had not even been to a Super Bowl, so my mind imagined the whole thing. Sorry, guys. It was still a question.
Yeah,
All right.
no, that's good.
Guess what? Rachel watched the whole thing.
Really? Good
And
for you.
I'm going to give mine after Mary Ellen. So thank you, Don. It was great seeing you. What a treat that was, and what a beautiful place that was. Really nice that we were at in Disney World. All right, and then
Hi, Donna. Okay, so I don't know. It was like Lisa. Well, you lucked out. So I don't know if it was the mood I was in at the time when I started watching it or what, but the girl right off the bat was just irritating me. She was just cringy. She knew this who this guy was. He's an author, and was kind of enamored, but still didn't want to say anything. And then she just went hard in the paint stalking him, and it was like, oh, I just got, it was just cringy. And I was like, okay, that's just weird. And I couldn't watch it anymore. I made it like 16 minutes.
So here it is. There's your review.
Oh, those exact words. It was so cringy, I couldn't watch it anymore.
20 minutes, gave it a 3. And by the way, you are right on the money. Right away, there were some personality quirks with the gal that really bothered me.
Yeah. Yeah, I just couldn't get past it.
Nick says it's a Hallmark film. I watched the entire film, even though I knew what was going to happen. It was cheesy and very stalkish. Yeah.
Yes, she was a stalker.
Rachel, there wasn't much mystery to this one. No real emotional journey, no climax. Also, the main character wasn't super likable. No redemption. 5 out of 10. Okay.
Well,
Lisa, sorry, I would rather watch Sharknado, any of them, than the Hallmark Looking for Love channel.
oh, and it wasn't even like she was looking for love. She wanted a story. So
Right. You're right. Okay. Thank you, Mary Ellen. I always like the way you capture it so well. I'm going to say slightly better than bad, and I'm not one to watch these types of movies, honestly. So I got curious, so I watched the whole thing.
did you really?
I did, just like Rachel, and I gave it a 4.5. So I'm a little bit above you.
So did it get better the longer it went?
It didn't work on so many levels. I can't even begin to tell you. It was bad, but I thought that let's see, you wanted to like the guy a little bit just because
Yes.
he was a little bit more likable. Would you say
Yes.
that, Rachel? I would say
He
the
was
guy
real.
was, yeah, he was a little bit more interesting.
Yes.
Rachel likes sappy Hallmark movies, but this was a bit of a letdown. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyone else notice that when two ladies were driving, the scenes in the back were fake, and when it was her and the guy and them showing the view, it was completely fake, like a green screen? I did not notice that.
Yes.
Wow. He was better. I wish he ended up with the school teacher. That's funny. Yeah. Oh, that's
So
good, Rachel.
did they end up getting married at the end? Since I didn't watch it.
I think the picture I had in there might have been the wrong picture. I don't know. No, I don't think they got married. No,
Okay.
they were just a thing. It just didn't work on so many levels.
I felt bad for the guy.
Yeah. So with Nick and Rachel's rating in there at 3.5 and 5.5, I would say we're coming in right at around 4.0.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think the dog was the best part of the film. I don't even remember the dog for some reason.
Uh,
Oh, right.
the dog was adorable.
Yeah. All right. Well, another sleeper movie reviewed. Next week, this is the one that I chose, Marilyn. She didn't even know. The Girl Who Believes in Miracles. Have you
Oh,
seen it?
no, that
Okay.
looks cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, there we go. The Girl Who Believes in Miracles, rated PG, free on YouTube. Rachel and Nick, thank you for watching these with us. It's really great to have you join us.
It helps to get other people's perspective because, well, I mean, Din and I have been pretty close to the same answers from the beginning, but
Yep. Yeah. We sure have. And what was I going to say? I already lost my train of thought. But all right. Now, next. This might be too easy, all right? This is a guess the movie segment. You already know. Dang it. I kind of thought this one was going to be easy. But there you go. I'm going to go through the pictures kind of quick then, because I have a feeling people are going to know too quickly. So there's picture number 2. All right. There we
way to
go.
go, Lisa.
Lisa got it. Nick got it. Donna got it. They all probably typed it in at the same time. But that one was too easy. I'll do the rest of the pictures.
One of my favorites movies. Yeah.
Oh, and I know it's one of Rachel's favorites. And there's a dead giveaway. When I was looking for pictures, Mary Ellen, I was typing in something and I got that little girl, the youngest one in the family. And it was a picture of her not in a scene, but just laughing at the puppets that they were doing, like the marionettes.
Yeah.
It was such a great picture. I should have put it up here. She was just obviously enjoying herself. Whereas
Aw.
you can imagine for filming, if you're filming, there's a lot of pressure, right? And
Right.
always having to be a certain way. So
It's just a real moment.
yeah. Now we got the tune locked in Nick's head. Sorry, Nick. Lisa too. And Donna's gonna make it worse by
Oh, I can hear your voice, Donna, as you're saying that, singing it.
I don't know if you guys know Lou Mangello. I am a friend of Lou Mangello, and he scored an interview with Julie Andrews.
Oh, wow.
How wouldn't that be something?
Yeah. Can we get her on our show?
She's still alive, I think.
Yeah.
I saw the film The Hills Have Eyes. I think that's a different genre, am I correct? All right, next. We are at which decade, although I've changed it a bit, and tonight it's just 2, and it's going to be which century, okay?
Okay.
And Rachel's broken out in song, and I think she's dancing as well.
Well,
So,
Rachel, you're a singer too, so
that's right.
we need to have you on here to sing a tune of Doe a Deer, Female Deer.
Yeah, come on. I bet she could do it just fine. All right, are you ready, Mary Ellen? Here we go.
I'm ready.
When, and this is what century, not what decade, when was the printing press invented? What century? Feel free to guess.
Okay, when you're going through Spaceship Earth, they talk about the printing press. I'm going to say the 18th.
18th century.
A rudimentary one, but.
So I think Lisa's guessing the 20th. Are you guessing the 20th century?
Okay, 19th. So the 19th century would be the 1800s, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So
19th century.
19th century. Late. I'm not sure what that means. Donna's agreeing with Lisa, 20th. Nick's going all the way back to the 15th century.
See, I know that it goes way back.
Rachel's going to say late 17th century, so late 1600s. All right. Any more guesses? Noah, are you there? We'll give you just like 30 seconds. When was the printing press invented? Now, I think I've come to learn something about, if you've ever seen these people on Jeopardy that just seem to know a lot. Okay, Noah's coming in with the 16th century. So he's back there. And anyway, we know we have somebody in our chat. Hey, Keith, nice to have you here. The answer is 15th century.
Wow. See, I knew it had to go way back because they made them very, primitive at first.
Yep. You would, if you looked at the Spaceship Earth one, you would get the impression it was more recent, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, 15th century. Nick, right on the money. All right, now I got another one. Which century was Rome overthrown?
Whew.
Hey, Paul Engel. Nice to have you here.
Hi, Paul.
So, Paul, the question is, what century was Rome overthrown in? Now, again, you referenced Spaceship Earth. We see that in there, right?
Right. Yeah. But do they give dates?
Nope. I don't think so. Paul is thinking about it.
Me too.
Rome was overthrown after the inception of the first Three Brothers pizza joint. How did you know that?
I'm going with that answer. Boy, I don't know.
That's
Do you know the answer, Dean? Can you guess?
I know the answer, but I wouldn't have known it had I not looked it up.
Third.
Okay. Rachel's going Rachel's going 2nd century. You're saying 3rd. Disno is admitting this is a hard one. Donna's going 5th century. Nick is the 15th again, he believes. All right.
So in the 1400s, Nick?
1400s.
Are you talking BC?
Yeah. All right. Well, we got guesses all over the place. All right. What does Keith say? Julius Caesar invented ice cream and newspaper.
Dang.
Sounds like you're on the level. That's very interesting. All right. Are you ready for the answer?
Yeah.
Okay. We got Paul coming in with the 4th.
Okay.
All right, guys. Now remember, I'm using what looks to me to be a reliable source on the internet by Googling it. And the answer is 5th century.
5th century. Okay.
Yep. And
Didn't
Noah
Donna say that? Yeah, Donna said it too.
Did Donna say it as well? Donna and Noah, you were right on the money. Paul, you were close. And you were close. All right. Noah's pleased. I would be too. And Donna is pleased as well. Good guessing, or I should say good knowledge there. It was a hard one. I wouldn't have known.
It was.
Okay, here we go. Now, the next thing on our list is, and the last thing for the week is funniest person in the world. If you haven't been here, we have been putting up, we started with like 40 comedians that most of us know, and we've been kind of putting them against each other one at a time. We're down to a bracket of 8 tonight, and then we'll be down to just 16 people next week. So here we go. Let's start it off. Ben Stiller and Kevin James.
I'm going Kevin James.
Okay.
I like Ben, but I like Kevin more.
Yeah. Nick's saying he shouldn't have added the 1 to his 15th century, and he would have been right on the money.
Spot
All right.
on.
Yep. We got Nick coming in with Ben Stiller. We got you at Kevin James. So here's 2 for James, 3 for James, 1 for Stiller, 4 for James, 5 for James. And Disno is pointing out that he's very funny in Paul Blart. Yeah, he was hilarious.
He was.
So I'm thinking I hear 5. Keith saying Kevin James. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 for Kevin James. And 1, I'm going to throw mine in for Ben Stiller.
Okay.
So Ben Stiller, and the only reason I really like Ben Stiller, because he's in one of my favorite movies, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I love that film.
Fair.
All right. Kevin James wins. Let's go to the next one. Bill Murray or Kristen Wiig?
Oh God, this is no brainer. Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill Murray for sure. Kristen Wiig is also in Walter Mitty, by the way.
She's funny. It just gets old after a while.
Yeah, I'd say she's funny. But she's not. She's funny like if she does some ad lib stuff with like Will Ferrell. She can be very funny.
Yes.
Okay, let's look at the list here. We got Noah coming in with Bill Murray. We got Rachel with Bill Murray. Keith with Bill Murray. Oops. Nick at Bill Murray. Lisa, Bill Murray, no contest. Donna, Bill Murray. And we have Najuma Brown in the house. Hi, Najuma.
Hi, Najuma.
Well, this is a no-brainer. I'm Bill Murray. You're Bill Murray. We're all Bill Murray.
Way to go, Bill.
Bill, you did it. Interesting fact about Bill Murray, he's part owner in the minor league baseball team here in town called the St. Paul Saints.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he used to come to games. He's just the wackiest, funniest guy. In person, he's hilarious. And Paul Engel is also with Bill Murray. Boy, that was a sweep. All right, next one is Chris Rock or Paul Rudd.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm going to go with Paul Rudd.
Yeah. I think Chris Rock is funny, but I like Paul Rudd. I really like Ant-Man. He's funny. All right, let's see what we got going here. So you and I are Paul Rudd. Lisa's Paul Rudd. Nick is Paul Rudd. Rachel is Paul Rudd. Keith putting in a vote for Chris Rock. Proud of you, Keith. Glad to
That's
have.
nice, Keith. Give him a vote.
I think he needed to be represented. Noah coming in with Paul. Donna with Paul. Paul with Paul. So that makes sense. Chris Rock used to be funny, but not ever since the Oscars award back in 2022. Yeah, he's been
that kind of played into it for me too.
Yeah, he's kind of playing that card, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's probably making more money than ever. All right. Well, we got Paul Rudd moving on. Next, Eddie Murphy or Ryan Reynolds.
Oh my goodness. Oh my.
I haven't seen that one yet, Lisa. Yeah, I know what I'm going. I agree, Noah. This is a tough one. I'm actually agreeing with Keith and Rachel on this one. I'm going to go
with Eddie Murphy.
I'm going Eddie Murphy. And you got to have a little bit of history with Eddie Murphy. When he came on Saturday Night Live, he really was hilarious.
Yeah.
I especially remember his Mr. Rogers skits.
Yes.
Yeah. So we got us two, Eddie Murphy. We got Keith, Eddie Murphy. We got Rachel, Eddie Murphy. We've got Lisa saying Eddie, but by a hair.
I know it's tough.
It is a tough one. Ryan is very, very funny. Noah come in with Eddie Murphy. We got to vote for Ryan. All right, Donna.
There you go, Donna.
I think he needed to get some votes. All right, Paul coming in with Ryan. Yeah, Donna, you know what? He is like Ryan Reynolds is probably one of the most naturally funny people. Like he can off the cuff.
Yes.
Yeah, he's hilarious. All right, Lisa pointing out Trading Places, so funny. That is so funny. Dan Aykroyd. All right. Eddie Murphy moving on. Sorry for you, Ryan folks. All right. Here's a tough one. Ellen DeGeneres.
No, it's not tough.
It's not tough. I know who you're voting for. Steve Carell. Yeah. It's not. I got to say though, Ellen DeGeneres, when she started off, I thought she's just like one of the funniest people.
Back in the day when she on that show.
Back in the day, but I think with so much with having a regular TV show, it wears you out. You make mistakes. But you and I are agreeing it's Steve Carell, and let's start with Lisa, Steve, Nick, Steve, Paul, Steve. I don't like Deadpool, too crude. Oh, that must be Ryan, right?
I don't know.
I think Steve Carell from Keith. Steve Carell hands down says Noah. Steve says Donna. Steve says Rachel. And then so it's a runaway. Steve Carell. Sorry, Ellen. All right. Here's an interesting one. Jack Black and Steve Martin.
I'm going Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. Okay. Got a green light in my living room. Cool. Lisa, Steve was hysterical in Bruce Almighty. They said the cast said they couldn't stop laughing. Oh, Steve Carell. Yeah. No. Steve Martin, King Tut. Yes. Steve again. Yes, we're voting for the Steves. Did you say Steve, Mary Ellen?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. Paul saying Steve. All right, Rachel coming in for Jack Black. I gotta say, Jack Black is hilarious. He is
funny.
What was that movie he did? Where he was in the Mexican. Oh my gosh, I don't remember it. But he's very funny and he's naturally very funny. But Nick is also saying Steve Martin. And Noah had to spin a wheel, but it landed on Steve Martin.
That's cool.
I think we got Steve moving on here. Steve Martin, I got to see him in concert when he was relatively young and really coming. Yeah, Nacho Libre. Thank you, Rachel. Nacho Libre was funny. Okay. Steve Martin moving on. Next one. Oh, this is going to be, I think, a tougher one. Owen Wilson or, I'm sure some of you don't know Tim Hawkins. So might be based on who you know.
Yeah. I have to go Owen. I don't know Tim Hawkins.
Yeah. School of Rock was good. Yeah. Very hilarious. And that was such a good fit for Jack Black since he was a real rock guy. All right. Lisa saying Owen. Noah saying Owen. Nick saying Owen. Rachel, all right, coming in with me with Tim Hawkins. He's my favorite comedian that I've ever gotten to see. Ka-chow. Yes, that's Owen Wilson. Keith is thinking on this one. He doesn't know. Oh yeah, and Shallow Hal. He was very funny. All right. I think this one is pretty easy. It's going to go to Owen Wilson.
Night at the Museum. He was just
Oh yeah,
hilarious.
he was. All right. I think this is the last one of the night. Jim Carrey or Tom Hanks?
And we're going comedian here, right?
Yep, comedian.
So comedian wise, I have to go with Jim Carrey. Back in the day, I think Tom Hanks was funny, but then he became such a serious actor. I don't think it's been. I haven't seen him be funny in a long time.
Yeah.
Noah, oh come on.
They're hard, aren't they? Donna's saying Tom, and you're saying Jim.
Jim.
Rachel's going with Tom. Lisa's saying Jim Carrey. Don't see a lot of comedy out of Hanks, although I will
Right.
say I think Tom Hanks earlier in his career was more about comedy with that whatever that show he did was.
When he was dressed up like a woman.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Obviously that was it wasn't very funny, but um, Nick agrees with you. Jim Carrey says, Keith, I just saw Tom Hanks in Saving Mr. Banks. Hey, that rhymes. Yeah. I never thought of that either. I'm going to go Jim Carrey as well. Tom Hanks can be funny, but he's more of an actor to me than he is a comedian.
Right. That's why I said Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so I'm going to have to count this one. Oh yeah, Bosom Buddies. That was the show.
Bosom Buddies. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, Nick and Donna remembered
Donna, thank
that.
you.
Jim did Mass, Bruce Almighty, Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber.
Mm-hmm.
I know how. Yeah,
Didn't Jim Carrey do the Grinch?
The Grinch. Oh my word, he was so good.
Yeah.
Big and Splash too. Yeah, that's true. And both of those are funny movies. All right, let's count them up. So you and I are both Jim Carrey, but we've got 1, 2, 2 to 2, 3 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 3. Guys, I've got 4 to 3 in favor of Jim Carrey. Am I miscounting? And Jim has been funny all his career. That's a great point.
Yeah. He's not a very serious actor.
No. In real life, he's a serious guy though.
Yeah.
He likes to be taken seriously, I think.
I agree.
Yeah. I have a friend who met him, by the way. He came into my friend worked in a clinic, and Jim Carrey brought somebody into that clinic, and so he got to meet him.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes, Nick and I think he was in Living Color TV show. Yeah.
Yes.
Jim Carrey was, right?
Right.
I concede, but Tom is a better actor. Yeah. Well, Tom is one of my favorite actors.
I agree. Tom is a better actor, but
Yeah.
comedian, I think Jim has done more of that genre.
Yeah. I think we're going to call it Jim Carrey. If anybody has strong objections, sorry. But yeah, I think Jim Carrey definitely, he edged it out there. All right. Wow. Well, here we go. We're at the end. So Mary Ellen and I were talking earlier that we really want to get some guests on the show, and I don't know that Walt's on anymore, but Walt and Melissa are going to come on in March, and the goal that we have is just to do the same format, but by being on the show, you're just answering the questions just like you would in the chat, but here live, and so we invite you all to come, but we don't want you to feel pressure. Sometimes people just enjoy being in the chat more. So there's my email address. If any of you have any questions, just shoot me an email, or if you want to be on the show. So let's look at that movie one more time.
Yeah. What's the name of that movie?
I'm going to bring it up. I can hear my wife and daughter. They are watching Pride and Prejudice, the series right now.
The Girl Who Believes in Miracles.
Girl Who Believes in Miracles. Looks very family friendly.
Yeah. Are there any well-known actors in it or no?
Nope.
No.
I don't believe so. Rachel says she'd love to join us someday. It's tricky with the kiddos. Well, whenever you would like to, Rachel, you know you're welcome.
When they're at Grandma's house one day, Rachel, you can join us.
Oh, wow, Donna. I never knew that. That's amazing. You'd have a great lead-in to meet Tom Hanks.
Well, we'll clue you in and fill you in on how good or not so good it is, Lisa. No pressure.
Lisa, look at it this way. You only have to watch as much of it as you want. That's part of the gig here.
That's right.
It's like we start watching it. If we hate it, we're done in 5-10 minutes.
Right.
So, okay, what does this mean? Yes, Sorbo and Sorvino.
Yeah, it does look like Sorvino. It does look, yeah, you're right. Both of them are in it, Nick.
Now, who are they?
Well, they're actors and actresses. I mean,
okay, I have heard of. Is it Mia Sorvino?
Is it Mia Sorvino and whatever his name, Sorbo?
Oh, okay. Well, see, I don't know my stuff really well. That's why I'm partial to Tom. Yeah, you share a name.
And rightly so, Donna.
Yeah. Maybe Lisa, I don't know if I should throw my ideas out while we're on the live stream, but maybe we could figure out a way to have trivia and have Joey on with us, because Joey, if you get into his sports knowledge and stuff, it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen it, I'm sure. I mean, he knows his stuff.
Yep.
Okay,
so face it.
Well, it's a thought, Lisa. Ask Joey if he'd like to join us. We'll make the whole night work around what Joey is interested in, and we'll do our trivia that way.
Yeah.
Kevin Sorbo. Okay,
Kevin Sorbo. I knew it was Mira Sorvino, and I couldn't think of his name, Kevin.
I have heard of her. Yeah. Sports is his bag and name that tune in the 60s to 80s. Oh, okay. All right. That'd be fun.
It would be fun.
All right. Well, what else you got, Mary Ellen?
I think that's it. I'm so happy to be back and see all you wonderful people.
Yeah. We're having a lot of fun. It's great to be back. Thank you again for joining us. We will see you next week. Remember the movie, The Girl Who Believes in Miracles. Watch it if you dare. And then we'll talk about it next week, and we'll have the normal stuff. And then we're going to try to layer more interesting little trivia things and so forth as we go. So, all right.
Have a great week, everybody.
Yeah, have a good one. Thanks again, Mary Ellen.
Thank you, Dean.